What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, I want to discuss this Saturday's UFC 305's main event. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly and help the channel grow. Alright guys, getting right into it. We got Izzy taking on Dricus Du Plessis. Dricus is trying to defend his 185 belt for the very first time since defeating Sean Strickland by controversial decision back in January, and Izzy is trying to make his comeback after losing his belt to Sean Strickland by lopsided dominant fashion back at UFC 293 in September, right? Now, there's a crazy amount of racial backstory between these two guys, Izzy and Dricus. Clearly, they're kind of playing it. They're trying to sell the fight, and it's worked really well because there is a story here. Both guys being from Africa, Dricus claiming to be the true African champion because Izzy being from New Zealand and also spending time in China as well when he was kickboxing. There was a lot of controversy as to what he truly claims, But it's a funny backstory, and it just helps sell the fight. Who's the true African champion? So it's cool that this fight is happening. It's strange to me that Strickland is not getting the immediate title shot after such a controversial loss in a fight that I thought he won at least 3 of those rounds. And and the way that Sean beat Izzy as well, but Izzy was such a dominant champion. He didn't have the most spectacular and entertaining title defenses, but he still went out there and beat dudes and dominated guys and just really kind of lapped his division. I mean, the way that he went through Whitaker twice, the way that he went through Vettori twice, the way he went through Cannonier. I mean, he did it in a safe way, but I mean, these guys couldn't touch him. Had the fight with Pereira, where he was coasting through that entire fight. He was doing very well. Pereira was landing good leg kicks, but then was able to find the finish in the 5th round. Izzy came back, was able to find revenge in the 2nd round, but then ran into Sean Strickland, where he just could not adjust. He could not adjust to Sean's pressure and boxing, and because kickboxers obviously generally need space to work, use their game, use their kicks. Usually they use their kicks to open up their boxing, and a lot of the times what Sean was able to do was neutralize the kicks, apply the pressure, which took away the openings for the boxing of Izzy, and Izzy had no plan B, right? And going against Dricus here, you have Dricus, who is the champion now, who hasn't lost since 2018, has come into the UFC by storm, knocking guys out like Trevin Giles, submitting Darren Till, knocking out Robert Whitaker, stopping Derek Brunson. But he's a freight train, an absolute freight train powerhouse, big for the division. But I just don't see many. If he can get Izzy to the ground and control the fight on the ground, yeah, I can see Dricus going out there and getting a good victory and just utilizing good pressure, making Izzy just kind of fight off of his back foot the entire time. But I just think that Izzy will just be able to find his range. Now, him not fighting since last September and taking the time off and all this and that, and him taking that loss, I'm curious to see where his mind is at. But I think that just him being such an elite striker, he's so elite at distance, and I just don't think Dricus is going to bring to the table as to what Sean did. Now, yeah, Dricus beat, MMA math doesn't work. And in this fight, I think that Israel Adesanya, I think that he's going to be able to just find his range, find his mark, keep Dricus off of him, and I think it's going to be very similar to the fights that Izzy had with Marvin Vettori. But I think Dricus is a different guy. He is better than Marvin. I'm just curious to see how well that pressure is going to hold up on just the sniping ability of Izzy. I know Izzy gets a lot of shit for being somewhat of a boring champion, but to go out there and dominate guys the way that he did, it was very impressive. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen this Saturday. I think we're going to see an Anu. I think Izzy's going to become, a 3-time champion for the middleweight division. I think that's what's going to happen, which is probably going to align a rematch with Sean Strickland. But who knows, because the UFC, they just don't want, I don't know if it's the commission, Disney, UFC, or what, they do not want Sean Strickland as champion. They do not want him as the face of their company. But nonetheless, in this fight, I got Izzy. Maybe not by finish, but I just think that he's just going to be a level above Dricus Du Plessis, UFC 305. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this matchup. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. That's going to do it for today. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.